All right, hey everybody, and welcome to Site Review Tuesday. My name is Robert. I'm part of the Zenfolio customer success team, and I want to say thanks to you guys who hanging out with us today. Hey, if this is your first time joining us, make sure you say hi to us in the chat and let us know where you're from. I've already got Neil Arthurs, Jennifer LaRoche, Ian Oliver hanging out with us. So thank you guys for jumping on here. Make sure you say hi to us in the chat. For those of you guys who know how Site Review Tuesday works, go ahead and drop a number in the chat, 1 through 108. That's going to pick the first site that we review. If this is your first time here, the way this works is we're going to review 3 total websites. Each website's going to get 15 minutes per review. The third site is going to come from you guys hanging out in the live chat audience. So if you haven't submitted your site for review, you can actually do that. There's a link in the description below this video, and I'm actually going to toss that out in the chat for you guys as well. And hey, while I'm going to be giving out points and making comments and things like that, we're not really keeping score. This is all just for fun, with the idea of hopefully showing you guys what people are doing really well on Zenfolio, and then some ways that things can be improved as well. As always on Site Review Tuesday, I've got Katie hanging out with me, so make sure that you guys show Katie some love. She always takes really good care of you guys in chat. I really appreciate her being here with me every Tuesday. All right, so let's see. I think we have a few announcements really quick. If you guys watched the last Zenfolio Live, we talked about the Ultimate Photographer Starter Package Sweepstakes. That is a tongue twister. Try and say that 3 times fast. That is still going on. The link to join that is in the description below. And you know what? Let me go ahead and throw that link out for you guys in the chat as well. There are still like 54 days, 21 hours, and 58 minutes to join this sweepstakes. If you guys haven't checked it out, make sure that you click on that link and check it out. They're giving away some really cool stuff. A year of a pro account, $250 B&H gift certificate, passes to IUSA, a Miller's signature album. Like the grand prize winner's value is like almost $2,000. It's like $1,640 or something like that. Really cool stuff. Also, you guys, we are doing group training sessions. So if you're new to Zenfolio, or maybe you've been around for a while, but you want to make sure that you're doing your selling properly, we are doing group training sessions that cover selling. There's a basic selling one where I'm going to go over the basics of setting up your price list, digital downloads, show you how to get it all set up really nice and neat and right. So, and then there's an advanced selling group training where we're going to go into things like coupons, gift certificates, multiple price lists, lots of good stuff. The link to sign up for those training sessions is below in the description. So make sure that you click on that and check it out. And then you guys, right now, especially right, we're continuing our challenge with posting something positive daily. So as photographers, we have a responsibility to surface the side of humanity that we want to see. And right now, more than ever, you guys, we need to show some love and we need to show some positivity. And so make sure that you're posting good, positive images on your social media. And while you're doing that, go ahead and use the hashtag Zenfolio Photographers for a chance for your images to be featured on our social media. But like I said, you guys, right now, more than ever, we need to love one another more and try to understand each other more. And we need to be posting positive stuff and just working together to come together as people. All right. Okay, so make sure that you're using that hashtag. All right, you guys, we're going to go ahead and get into it. I think I saw Mr. Ian, who is always quick on the draw with those numbers in chat, throw in the number 2. So we're going to go ahead and get started with Site Review Tuesday. I'm going to go grab that second website and we'll get started. All right, so Ian said number 2. Let me make sure that is the first number. That is the first number. So number 2 site. Let me go grab that really quick. And guys, like I said earlier, if you have not had your site reviewed yet, there's a link in the chat right now, and there's a link below this video in the description where you can submit it to be reviewed. So make sure that you do that. Okay, let me see. Ian said site number 2. So website number 2 is going to be Little Blessings Photography by Cheryl, is it Hlavik? I can't pronounce the last name as usual, but we're going to go ahead and review it anyway. Let me get it pulled over here so you guys can see this. There we go. Okay, we're going to get 15 minutes up on the clock, and we'll start the review right now. All right, here we go. So let me just go ahead and pull this down so you guys can see this. This is the web address. I'll just grab that and throw it in the chat for you guys as well. It might be coming in there a few seconds behind. There is this weird delay. But that is the link, and we'll just go ahead and start right up here in the top. So up here in the top, we have the Zenfolio standard favicon right here. Not a deal breaker at all. A lot of people forget about this. This is something that you can customize, and really what it's for is whenever your clients have 20 million tabs open, like a lot of people do, they can really easily navigate back to your tab because of the custom favicon that you have going on here. So you might think about your logo, maybe incorporating some kind of symbol into your logo here, and then taking that symbol, cropping into that symbol at a 16 by 16 pixel square, and uploading that as your favicon. Now, hovering over this, you guys can see right here, there's lots of information in here. So that is coming from the website title. This is something that I almost always talk about here on Site Review Tuesday. We tend to forget about this, but this is the website title, and as you can look and see that little hover option, there's lots of information that's showing there. We know the type of photography, the location, and that stuff, where that shows up on is on search results on Google. So that title that's up there is actually the big bold title that you see when you do search results on Google. And so that's why that information is so important. So I'm going to say great job getting that title up there and getting a lot of that information put in there. A lot of people miss that, so good job there. All right, let's go down. Let's talk about the rest of the site really quick. Some absolutely beautiful images. I've been watching the images that are scrolling through. Beautiful, beautiful photos. Really nice. And I really like the layout of your website. Okay, I really love the layout. I think it's set up really nicely. The logo's pretty good. I think it could use a little symbol in there, again, just so you could have something to kind of reference. One of the things I would recommend is that your site is a lot of gray, and I would pick out an accent color other than black. We got the black and gray going on. I think you need like a really bright accent color to kind of offset it. One of the places you can go to look for that is you can go to the Adobe color site. Adobe has a color site where it lets you choose different colors, lets you see the complementary colors, different things like that. It's a good place to find accent colors. But just something so that maybe like your Book Me button could have a brighter color that would match an accent color, maybe that you have your name written up here, that's going to make those elements kind of stand out. Because right now, for me, that Book a Session button kind of fades into this kind of sea of gray. And I love the black and gray. I just want a small accent color somewhere in there. What do you guys think in chat though? Do you guys like the gray? Do you think an accent color would be nice? Let me know what you guys think in chat. But let's go ahead and keep going. We got a lot of nice information here. This is a really well set up homepage. You've thought about the way it's set up. You have designed a clear path. I want you guys to see this. Whenever I talk about designing a path, using your site menu, getting your visitors to do what you want them to do, this is a perfect example of that. We go from portfolio, from seeing the photographer's work, to hearing about them, to learning about what their services cost, to purchasing a session or to booking a session. So this is a really well thought out site menu with a clear path designed for a visitor to follow. So this is I'm going to give you bonus points for that. I think that's awesome. It's something that I see a lot of people fail to do, is really think about the way that they have that site menu set up and the path that they're creating for people to follow. Let's go ahead and take a look at your portfolio here. So you do have a drop down. Again, lots of gray. So look right here. So see this? This is where, again, like a bright accent color of some kind would make this really, really nice. In here, just something to kind of offset all that gray. This is a little hard to read, so you always have to think, as photographers, we're using our eyes a lot. We have kind of developed a sharpening of our eyes, attention to detail. And so we have to think about people who might not have developed that, and make sure that you're making these things easy for them to read. A little more contrast in here between the light gray and the white might be nice. Again, this would be a really nice place to use some kind of accent color other than gray. But let's go ahead and check out your portfolio really quick. So we're going to click on this and we're just going to take a look. All right, and hopefully my internet is not going to give me issues like it did last week. So far, it looks like it's holding on okay. We've been having some issues here in North Carolina with the internet, specifically where I'm at. So hopefully it'll power through and we'll be able to have a nice, clean stream. Okay, So let's check this out. So we have Dallas Fate Newborn Photographer Portfolio. So again, I feel like Cheryl's been listening to some Site Review Tuesdays and taking some of this advice that I've been saying about thinking about the way that you title things. This is a great title. Has exactly the information that I would recommend having in the title of the gallery. And then right here, look, it has just talks a little bit about you, not much, but you know, you could put some more information here, but at least you have something that has location information. So great there. And then a click here to contact me. So a call to action. Again, an accent color would be really nice here for that call to action, just so it doesn't kind of fade into the normal text. But I can tell that you're really working on this site and you're following suggestions, and it's really looking nice. Okay, so let's keep going down here and let's see what we have. So nice setup page. You've done a lot of customization to it. Some absolutely just beautiful, beautiful photos. Let's take a look. So the next thing I'm going to look for really quick is the categories and keywords. So we're going down here to the bottom. Categories and keywords right here. It's shown. And looky here. We have tons of categories, tons of keywords in here. So again, just absolutely great, great job. Just amazing. Everything is looking really good on this site. Let's go ahead and click an image and take a look. There are a few things in here that I would probably consider removing. One of those being the guest book down here. Let's take a look really quick at the guest book for this. So you can see the guest book doesn't have an entry. A lot of times guest books end up becoming kind of spam collectors, right? Where if you're not moderating the comments that are added to guest books and you're just letting anybody post the guest books, eventually it's going to become a place for a lot of spam to end up. So if nobody's commenting on this, leaving an entry, this might be something that you go in and think about turning off and removing. Not a big deal. It is tucked away down here at the bottom, nice and neat. But again, it is something you could definitely turn off just to get rid of any kind of distracting elements that could be on here. Let's take a look at your images when we click on it. So this is opening up to a dim the lights mode. Again, these are just some beautiful photos. This is a really, wow. This is a really, really nicely done portfolio. I really love the way that this is set up. So let's keep moving on. I'm assuming that if you've done that much work to this portfolio, I'm going to assume that most of your portfolios are going to be consistent. Again, that is something that I'm looking for as well. We want our sites, once you get a page set up, it's really important that the rest of your site is consistent and follows along and follows those rules. That way, when people are looking at your site, they don't feel like they've left and gone to a different site. Everything is staying consistent. So again, here we go. We have a really well thought out title up here. Okay, it doesn't just say gender reveal, or it doesn't just say baby announcements or maternity. It says the location and then the different types of photography and portfolio here. So really good job here. Again, using the caption to have that call to action and just more information in here. And then all of this stuff is just really, really set up really nicely. Nice and consistent. We have the categories and keywords. All of that stuff is looking really, really, really good. All right, let's keep moving on. Let's see, we've got Cake Smash. So let's take a look at that. All right, and again, might end up being a little slow, but hopefully it'll power through. Everything is just looking super consistent. This is really, really well done, Cheryl. Really, really nicely set up. Beautiful, beautiful photos too. Absolutely beautiful photos. If I had one thing to say about it, I would say that maybe you could take away some of this border, maybe make the images a little bit larger, but other than that, I do think maybe some kind of accent color, not down here, but just somewhere up here would be nice, but really nicely done. Really like the way that this site is set up. It's really simple. It's consistent. Let's move on to Cheryl's story and let's take a look. All right, so I have a nice photo here. Welcome to Little Blessings. Loved. A little about myself. All right, I think this is great. We've already seen over and over again what area you service. So we know that you're in Texas. We don't have to look through it on this about page. We knew that at the very beginning going through this. We saw it on all the captions. So that's information that you've already told us without having us have to look for it. Great job having an about photo on here. I'm always going to say I want to see an about video, but at least you have a photo of yourself. So great job with that. Really good about information. Lots of good text in here. It tells a little bit about you, what you like doing, about yourself. So I would think really, really great setup. You can put a call to action in here, so you can definitely go into the about message, hit the source button, highlight that contact me, and turn it into a call to action. Even though you have the contact link up top, again, having that call to action right here as we're reading it is going to help us act on those impulses. All right, so let's go back up to the top and let's keep moving on. So let's go check out your session pricing. Again, right now, really nicely done, really well set up website. I would love to see an accent color. You do have this red. I'm not sure that red would be the color that I would choose. Definitely something not as contrasty. That is really contrasty. It's almost hard to read that right here for me. Maybe that's just the way my eyes work. But definitely want to have some kind of accent color going on somewhere. Session fee. So here's an explanation of the session fees, and you've got these nice drop downs so we can go exactly to the type of photography that we're interested in and see exactly the type of information. One of the biggest things that I want you guys watching live to get from this website is that I have not had to look for any information. She has answered my questions as I've followed this path through. And that's the biggest takeaway I want you guys to get, is that I'm not left wondering, where is she located? What type of photography does she do? How much does she charge? She's taking me and answering those for me as I'm following this path that she set up. And that is a huge thing for the success of your site. But we've got information about the session fee, what it includes, prior to the shoot, a list of the fees down here. This is a really, really nice setup page. Really great job. So this is really cool right here. I would definitely consider putting this as your logo. I love this right here. I think it's really cool. And that LB would make a really nice favicon for your browser logo as well. So really, really nicely done. I like that logo as well. Let's go up. You guys, we got like 2 minutes and 50 seconds left. So give me a number in the chat for our next site to review. Throw a number in the chat, 200 to 307. 200 to 307. Somebody throw a number in the chat. The first number will decide the next website that we review. All right, let's keep following this path here. So one of the things that I would suggest is you do have session pricing. You also have purchase a session, and then you also have book a session down here. So one of the things that you could do is you could think of a way to kind of combine this stuff together, right? Getting everybody to, on the page where they're looking at session pricing. I said pricing. My Oklahoma just came out. Or they're looking at the session pricing. They could also click to go to your book a session thing, which is up here. Or just saying something like, hey, here's what's included in the session, in the sessions. If you're interested in booking a session, click the book a session button in the bottom right corner of your screen. So something like that, because that lets you kind of bring in some of the site menu items. The one concern that I do have is that you do have so many site menu items on here that if you add any more, then some of them could get lost due to the size of the client's window. Because if there's not enough room, some of these site menu items start to fall off. So that's something that you might want to think about, is how could I take some of these site menu items and condense them and bring them together in more of a drop down. FAQs could be under session pricing and information, and the FAQs could be in that drop down menu. Is just one way. Or from these session information, you could have links to your purchase a session. So just something to think about. Let's check out your FAQs really quick. And you know what? I'm going to give you some more bonus points because you've got a lot of custom pages on here. So nice job tackling those custom pages, setting them up, answering questions for people, not making us dig for information. That is the biggest win on this website, hands down. All right, this is FAQ, so this is nice. Again, just thinking about the text is a little small, so thinking about the text, the contrast of the color between these two, something that I would watch a little bit, maybe increase that font size a little bit, make it a little bit easier for people to read. I have fairly decent eyesight, and I'm slightly struggling just a little bit to read this, so you might think about increasing that font size here. But let's see here. Let's go to your contact. So this is the built-in contact page. Awesome, easy to use. already basically set up for you perfectly fine. Let's see if we can get away with checking out your blog really quick before I run out of time. All right, so blog, thanks for stopping by. I will update you with the blog. So we have May 25th, 2020, last month. So good job on keeping a blog up to date. Looks like you're a fairly frequent blogger, Cheryl. So good job there. Overall, wonderful, wonderful site. The biggest win is how you're answering questions and giving me the information without making me look for it. I would just have to say the contrast a little bit. We need to get some accent in there a little bit, some accent colors, and then thinking about condensing those site menu items and then watching the text, making sure that it's easy to read. Really well done site though. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for submitting that for review. All right, so let me get that out of the way really quick. And then let's go back to chat. Let's see who we have thrown the first number in here. So it looks like we got Mr. Ian Oliver, again, throwing in 206. So let me grab site 206. Guys, the next website is going to come from you guys in the live chat. So if you haven't submitted your site, now's the time to do it. You got about 15 minutes to get it done. And then the next website that we review after this one will come from you guys in the live chat. So site number 206 is going to be, it looks like it's Mr. Andrew Cole. Is it Coley? I think that's how you say it. Let me grab this and bring it over. And we'll get started on the review clock here. Okay, so we're going to throw 15 minutes up on the clock and we'll get started. All right, 15 minutes up on the clock. Let me drag this down. Let me give you guys this link. I'm going to throw it out in the chat for you. All right, there you go. That's the link to the site. We'll start right up here. Nice favicon. Correlates with the little copyright symbol right here. Really clever. I like it. Information in the top up here. The reason that I point this out, guys, is because it's not that it's important for that information to be in the browser tab, but it's important because it helps your SEO. That's your website title. It really helps your SEO. So this is something that you set up usually whenever you first create your account, and then we never think about going back and changing this setting. So this setting that I'm talking about and pointing to right up here can be found under, you're going to hover over your name in the top right corner of your account, click on account in the drop down, and then you're going to go to website and then go to search engine optimization. This particular setting is coming from your title section here. So really important that you put some information in here other than just your business name. Kind of what I was showing you earlier about, you know, where you're located, the type of photography you do, kind of thing. All right, let's go ahead and move this down. Really, really cool site. Some absolutely just beautiful, beautiful photos that I'm seeing here. And I love how clean and modern looking this site is, right? This site is really clean and modern looking. The site menu items maybe increase the font size just a little bit, but other than that, I think that they're fine. It looks like you have a really nice setup here. So far it looks really nice and simple. Really cool logo. I love the black and white. And again, this is just really nicely done. So some beautiful images. If I scroll down, there is something down here I want you guys to see. So check this out, you guys. That is custom code right here. So this is a Zenfolio homepage, and what Mr. Andrew has figured out how to do is to put in custom code. So I'm going to guess that that's using the custom content section of his footer. And he's actually figured out a way to put his Instagram feed in here, which when I get done with this live stream, I'm going to take a peek and figure out how he did it, because this is really slick. So this is his Instagram feed. Look at that. You can heart the photo. You got all kinds of stuff right here. And let's just click on a photo really quick. Let's see what this does. All right, there we go. So it pops up his Instagram feed. Really nicely done. Really slick. Really cool. Again, this is custom code. You guys, the footer section of your site has an area where you can embed custom code. Now, I do want to throw a big word of caution out there, you guys. If you use custom code, Zenfolio support will help you as much as we can. But if that custom code doesn't work, we can't really offer technical support on it because it is code from a third party that we didn't write. And so if it's not working, if it causes issues, we're probably just going to say, hey, sorry, we would love to help you with this, but you're probably just going to have to remove it. But again, this is really, really cool, you guys. So make sure that you go check out the site and take a look at this. Really, really cool. I'm just going to say, like, this is pretty awesome. Okay. As Katie was saying, absolutely beautiful photos. Super, super simplistic homepage. One of the things that I do have a concern with on this simple homepage is while it's beautiful, it's simple, there's not a lot of SEO information. And so the chances of this part of your site getting good search results, good rankings is going to be really hard because, again, pulling this down, there's not a lot of information in your title. And there's just not a lot of information on your homepage. And that's my concern for SEO purposes, for search results. So maybe you might think about turning a welcome message on, adding some information in that welcome message just to help get some SEO going here. But let's go ahead and check out your portfolio. So let's go to your, and look at this, you guys. So the drop down's been customized. He kept the white on it, but he's made it a little bit transparent. So it kind of doesn't completely cover the background. Just a really nice attention to detail customization right there that I want to point out. That's really, really nice, really slick. All right, let's take a look at your fashion photos. All right, and nice. This is just really well done, Andrew. Just really well done. I'll say bonus points for this. So this, what's going on here is this is the gallery banner. Okay, you can turn on a gallery banner. You can have it show a slideshow. You can have it show just a still image. And what Andrew has done is actually designed an image to show at the header or the gallery banner section of his galleries as kind of a title for that gallery. So this is just really, really cool. And then you'll notice if we scroll down here, there is the images right here. So one of the things that you guys are probably looking for is where is the gallery title. Well, what Andrew has done is gone into Theme Designer and made the title of the gallery match the background. So that you can see right here, it says fashion, but he's made it match the background. He's made it really small. So visually, it gets rid of that title and gives it this really clean look. The one thing that I would caution you guys about before you all think about, oh man, that's what I want to go do, let me figure out how to do that, is that when Google sees text that's set to match the background color, it thinks that you're trying to cheat the system, and this could potentially penalize you in regards to SEO. Because back in the day, we used to stuff a bunch of keywords all over our websites, make the text match the background color so it wasn't seen by visitors, and that's how we would cheat the system and try to get good search results. Google and other search engines have caught on to that, and so since then, they look for things like text that match the background color and could potentially have a negative impact on your SEO. So while it's really visual appealing that that's not there, and this is really nice and clean, this transfer, definitely something that you want to think about. The other thing too is that title right here, when it comes to SEO terms, you might as well think of your gallery title as your H1 tag for that page, meaning the most important text information on that page. And so having it show, having more information in it than just fashion, is going to be really good for your SEO. So something to think about there. But otherwise, this is really, really clean, really nice looking, just a really cool site. And really, really cool photos, really nice, select diverse images. We've got outdoor, we've got some studio shots, we've got a lot of different things. I mean, these are just some absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous photos. All right, so the next thing I'm looking for down here at the bottom is just taking a look for what we were talking about earlier, categories and keywords. And again, none of that information is showing, and we do have text down here that is set to match the background color. So again, we kind of have that issue where Google could potentially be docking you, giving you, this could have a negative impact on your search results. So something to think about here. Also, Andrew, if you've taken the time to categorize, keyword these photos in Lightroom, since that category and keyword section is not showing down here, none of those matter because Google does not see it as relevant information. Google looks at your site, it analyzes it, it says, okay, what's actually visible to viewers? That's actual relevant information. If it's not visible, we don't care about it because nobody else can see it, and so we're not going to take it into account. So something to think about, categorizing, keywording your photos. If you've done that, it has to show here on the bottom right corner. Okay, all right, let's go back up to the top. Let's navigate through a couple more of your portfolios. Really, really cool site. All right, and again, we see he's got this really cool banner. You guys, Banners are really powerful. You can do some really cool stuff like Andrew's done here and kind of designed these custom images to go into this banner. Really, really cool. So just really, really cool. And everything is super consistent too. So I'm just going to say great job here. Super consistent, super clean site. Again, we do have the issue with the text actually being here, but being in the background color. But just a beautiful site with some beautiful, beautiful photos. There are quite a few images in the portfolio. I think if the image count's fine. I wouldn't add too many more, but I think the image count where it's at is fine. Again, really wish we could see the categories and keywords down here because I really want this site to have some good SEO because it is such a beautiful site. Again, too, the other things that, we're not seeing here are like the captions and those kind of things. So also, the caption could be showing here. That text information is just going to help you get more traffic. So it's going to be a good thing for you to have on there. All right, let's see. Let's go check out your landscape photography. And let's see. Mr. 256 Stan is asking what layout he's using. This is just a gallery grid layout. For my guess, this is going to be grid style B because the landscape orientated images are the same height as the portrait orientated images. And he just has it really cleaned up. So this isn't a particular layout that you can choose. He has set it up with layout grid B. He's turned on the banner content, and then he's just kind of cleaned a lot of things up and really gone through and really customized this. But it's just a really well done site. Really, really nicely done. Galleries are super consistent. Every single one I'm clicking on is just super consistent with this really cool image. And again, just to reiterate, this banner image up here, so that title, that's not coming from Zenfolio, okay? He's specifically selected that image, edited it in Photoshop to include that text on top of it, and then uploaded it into a special gallery. Not this gallery, it's in a special gallery outside of this one that he can then reference as his banner image at the top of this gallery. Okay, so let's see. Let's just keep taking a look here. Really cool photos, super consistent. I'm going to have the same feedback. Just worried about that, the lack of text information. Beautiful galleries, lots of lack of text and SEO information that could potentially hurt how well this is or isn't showing up in search results. Let's do one more. Let's take a look at your headshots. All right. Again, this is just, I love like super, super smart use of the banner. It's just amazing. Really nice, clean gallery. Just super well done. Again, though, with those captions not being there, I clapped. With those captions not being there, that text information not being there, you do lose some of the benefits of that stuff, right? The SEO stuff is one, but then also with the gallery caption, you can always be leading people into that next action that you want them to take, which is, hey, if you're looking to have a professional headshot photo taken of you, click here to get in contact with me. Yes, the contact button is up in the top right, and people see that, but as they're scrolling through, just telling them, hey, if you have something where you need a headshot taken, click here to contact me. That's another benefit to having those things turned on and using those elements. So something to think about there, Andrew. Let's take a look at your wedding. Let's see. So I wonder what's the difference between wedding gallery. Okay, so lots of cool pages in here. Let's just go take a look really quick. Guys, we got like 2 minutes left on this review. So if you still haven't submitted your site, make sure that you click that link in the description. The link's also been thrown out in the chat. Make sure that you get your site submitted for a chance to be the next site that we review. We're going to be reviewing one coming from you guys here shortly after I finish this up. So if you haven't submitted it yet, make sure that you do that. Just again, just absolutely great use of the features that are in Zenfolio as far as setting up his website, designing it, keeping it nice, clean, modern looking, simple. This gallery, as you can see, does have a lot of photos in it, and my internet is trying to keep up with it. So again, that's some reason or something you might think about when you're counting how many images you want to add in a gallery. Let's take a look at some of this other stuff that you have in here though. All right, so this is album and design, and this is a custom page. Looks like you've got some. So guys, this is something that's really cool. Okay, this is a custom page. You can tell it's still in Zenfolio because all of this is the same. It's a custom page, and he's actually got this service in here which lets him show like an album in here. Now I don't know where this ad is coming from, if you have AdSense or something that you've tried to embed, or maybe it's just part of this service because it's a free service and they do show ads for you to use it. So something to think about here, but this is really cool. I actually have no idea what you're using to do this, but it's pretty amazing. So really, really cool. Let's see. Let's go up. I kind of am. So now that I'm hovered over it, like my scroll doesn't work. I have to move over. Let's go check out your bio really quick. We've got like 55 seconds left. Let's check out the bio. All right. Again, this is a custom page right here, you guys. So for you guys who are like, oh, wow, how did he get his about photo to span across the page? This is a custom page, all right? Custom pages are that custom pages. They give you a lot of freedom to do a lot of really cool stuff like you're seeing here. But this is really nicely done, really cool custom page. You got a great photo, lots of good information in here, all your awards and badges. And then again, here is that really cool Instagram banner on here. So Andrew, I gotta say, I think you have a fantastic site, some absolutely gorgeous images, really cool setup. The custom pages that you've done are really cool. The way that you've kept your site consistent from gallery to gallery, keeping that really clean and modern look is fantastic. I can tell that you've really thought about things. I worry the most about the lack of SEO information on your portfolio galleries. And then again, with the text matching the background, I worry that Google might penalize you for that. So that's something that you might want to think about. But thank you so much, Andrew, for submitting your site for review. I really appreciate it. All right, you guys, the next site is going to be coming from one of you guys in the chat audience. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to grab a sip of tea, get some water, and then when we come back, I'm going to be reviewing one of your guys' sites live. So if you haven't submitted it yet, you still have like a minute to get your site submitted in that link. It's below the video in the description. I shall be right back.
Hello Zen friends, Katie here from Zenfolio's customer support team. Thank you for joining us for Site Review Tuesday. If you are here for our live broadcast, you may already see me right over here in YouTube chat, ready to help with any questions you may have. For those of you watching the recorded version of our broadcast, you can submit any questions that you might have in the link below in the video description. You can also submit your own site for our review in the links below. Also, if you love us as much as we love you, please be sure to click the like button on this video and subscribe to our channel for lots of great info on managing your Zenfolio account and customizing your site. We're so grateful to have these pre-submitted user sites. Now let's take one of your live submissions. Y'all are awesome. Thank you for watching.
All right. Thank you, Katie. And congratulations, Jennifer. I just saw you grab that account credit. Way to be quick on the draw. I think it's so cool that Katie, Dennis, and Richard do this for you guys. So that's their very own project. They plan these out week after week, and I hope that you guys enjoy it. It's really cool that you guys get to come here, learn a lot about Zenfolio, but then also some of you guys get to walk away with an account credit, which you can use like on prints or, different things in your account. So congratulations, Jennifer. And hey, we do appreciate you guys guys who come back and hang out with us every single week. Hopefully you guys enjoy these live streams. I know that I have a lot of fun hanging out with you guys, talking about... He said your home phone said that Katie is quiet and I am loud. That's just in my nature. I am loud, and I probably need to fix the audio on that video. But hey, hopefully you guys enjoy this. I know I enjoy coming back and hanging out with you guys every single week, every Tuesday and Thursday. All right, I got to stop yapping because I'm going to run out of time. The random site from you guys that we're going to review today is neilarthurs.ie. So Neil Arthur's Photography is the site that was chosen from you guys hanging out with us today. Let me grab this and drag it over, and we will get started on this review. So I'm going to throw this link out in the chat for you guys. Go check it out. All right. We'll go ahead and get started on this review. So let me just get that review clock going. And we're just going to start out right here on the homepage. So let me just drop this down so you guys can see this. So I know that Mr. Neil is on, looks like what's ours, either our starter plan or an earlier plan. The reason that I know that is because we do have the host your photos on Zenfolio stuff over here, and also this. And you know, Zenfolio has a lot of different plans to accommodate a lot of different uses and needs. So sometimes we might just need a place to host our photos. We're not really looking to sell them or anything like that. We just need an online portfolio, and a starter plan is a really great plan for that. It lets you have that unlimited storage. You don't have access to the selling features, but if you don't need them, then a starter plan is a really great plan for you. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Looks like Neil's got some information in the top up here, and then also it looks like down here, let me just see what kind of information we have here. Neil is a Dublin-based professional photographer and videographer with 10 years experience. So within a few seconds, we know what Neil does and where he does it at. And some really cool photos right here. Like this one right here is just amazing. But then we have some more information about Neil. And we've got kind of this... this is called the photo strip. Now, the great thing about a photo strip is that if you want to show images that are portrait orientated mixed with images that are horizontal or landscape orientated on your homepage, the photo strip lets you do that because it actually force fits the portrait orientated images onto the screen along with your horizontal images. So if we kind of scroll through here, I don't know if Neil has any that are portrait orientated. This one's kind of square and not really portrait, but not really landscape. So I think that's a good use of this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Look at that photo. Just absolutely beautiful photo right there, Neil. Just amazing work. Makes me want to get out and go travel. So we got a lot of different examples here. Really cool stuff. One of the things you might think about, Neil, is you kind of have this this slider. It looks like it's kind of organized in sections. So as we're going through here and going through this, we see a lot of architectural, then it kind of moves to food, and then it kind of moves to, you know, it looks like it's organized in sections. Not that there's anything wrong with that at all. One of the things you might think about is with this being your homepage, really this is a presentation of your work, of your best work. And you might think about going into the gallery that you're using for this slider and just taking those images and kind of mixing them up a little bit so that we don't see a bunch of architecture, then a bunch of food, and then a bunch, it's not sectioned off, it's kind of mixed in there so that we can quickly just kind of get an overview and it doesn't feel so sectioned off. But man, as everybody is saying in the chat right now, these photos are absolutely beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful photos. And really nice job using this photo strip. It's a really good way to accommodate those different orientated images, making them fit nicely here on the home screen. If you used a gallery slideshow, not a gallery slideshow, I'm sorry, a homepage slideshow, those images that aren't quite landscape orientated and are closer like square or portrait orientated, they would actually be really blown up to accommodate the width of the screen and then crop some of the image off. So really nice job using the photo strip on this. Okay, let's kind of follow the path that you've set out here for us, Neil, and take a look and see. So we've got commercial work right up here. Great job having the drop down set up. I see so many people that don't play around with these site menus, that don't think about navigation for visitors, right? These are really important things to think about. This website is not for you. It's for the visitors that you're trying to get to hire you as a photographer, or the people who you're trying to get to buy their photos, or your clients. And so you have to take on the navigation from a perspective of what are they looking for and how can I make it as easy as possible for them to get to what they're looking for. And what questions are they going to have? What questions are they going to have that they might not know that they have? And how can I answer those questions along the way, like location, pricing, area, different things like that. So great job with that information here. Let's check out your drop down. So we've got food, interiors, and architecture. So let's go take a look. And what I love is that you have that site menu separated between categories. So there's commercial work, where this is obviously the stuff that you can be hired for. You can be hired as a food photographer, an interior photographer, an architecture photographer. And then you have your travel and landscape, where it's more like your artsy stuff, like your landscapes and those kinds of things. So I love that you are utilizing drop downs, but that you have this very distinct separation between these two areas in your site. So really good job doing that. Let's take a look here. So on food, this is a gallery that's food. You have a nice caption set up here. Again, think about the title of that gallery. It can say more than food, okay? So it can say Dublin Food Photographer Portfolio, something like that. It doesn't just have to say food. You can keep it simplified food in here, but you could change that title in here just to help with your search results a little bit. Good job having a caption up in here though. Really nice. One thing I'm not seeing is a contact up here. I'm sure it's in the info. It looks like it is in the info. So thinking about this caption right here, if you're interested in having photos taken for your restaurant, click here to contact me. A call to action, right? Anywhere you have the visitor's attention, think about how you can leverage that attention to get them to do what you want them to do. In this case, I think maybe it's contacting them to hire you as a food photographer. That's why we're looking at the images. And so leverage that attention of theirs that you have to get them to do what you want them to do. Looks like these are videos. So I'm going to see what this is. Just click on here. And so we have a menu. So it looks like these are menu shoots, kind of showing some information. Okay, so this is really cool. I think this is really cool. I would love to see. So you do have some images. So one of the things that I would think about is think about the way that you have this gallery grid. Okay, because when I clicked on this, I was looking for food photos. That's kind of what I was anticipating. And then I have this and I saw that it was a video. And not that there's anything wrong with that, but these videos are really large and we kind of lose sight that there are food photos in here. So maybe think about the size of these thumbnails or the grid that you're using and just think about how these fit in here. Maybe condense them down, maybe mix them in a little bit. Or maybe instead of showing them in here like this, maybe this is where you take one of these and you combine that and you put it up in that banner, right? Like we saw on the previous site where this gallery opens, it has that really cool banner header that's now a video that auto plays, or that plays and it shows this stuff, and then below it are your images as well. So that could be some way that you could use that banner content like we were seeing previously. Other than that, I think it's fine. I just have to scroll quite a ways down to get to these photos. And there are a lot of photos, just so you guys can see right over here in the right, you can see how small my scroll bar is. So one of the things you want to think about is people's attention span, right? People have really short attention spans. And so you want to make sure that you are showing them the best that you have to show them within their attention span limits. A lot of times with adults, it's like 5 seconds. I think is what it is online. It's really sad if you actually think about it. But unfortunately, that is the world that we live in. And so with as many photos that you have in here, I mean, they're just some absolutely gorgeous photos. You might think about how can you condense these down a little bit? How can you start kind of cherry picking these? I mean, to be honest, I don't know how you would do that because these are absolutely gorgeous photos and I'm really hungry now. So thank you for that, Neil. But I'm thinking about condensing these down just so there's not so many photos, because you can see if I scroll really fast, if your client's internet is laggy, they're going to kind of see some of that lag the first time they visit this. So that's something that we want to think about. Also, down here at the bottom, categories and keywords, let's get that showing. That way this page has some more SEO stuff to it. If you're going to have the tweet and like button on here, let's get a couple of friends to come in and hit that like button so that when people show up, there are no 0 likes here. Or you can just remove it, right? So it's an option. You can actually turn it off or remove it. Let's scroll back up to the top here. Like I said, absolutely beautiful photos, but I think there are just a hair too many. I would probably definitely try to kind of bring this down a little bit. It is a lot to go through. Beautiful, beautiful images. I'm absolutely starving now, so thank you for that. All right, let's check out your next portfolio. So we're on interiors here, and let's see. It looks like my internet is trying to slow down on me, guys. Good job having the caption up here. Again, let's get a call to action in here. Really beautiful photos though. Look at that. Wow. Just beautiful, beautiful photos. Just really nicely done. Really nice photos. You know, one of the ways that you could limit these down, again, there are quite a few photos in here. They are also kind of sectioned together. I don't know if that's on purpose or if that's just kind of the shoot, maybe mixing them up a little bit. But one of the ways that you can kind of limit these galleries down is if you've shown it on the home page, you can remove it from here. That might be one way when you're having a hard time making a choice. That's one of the things you can think about. Well, I already showed this on the home page. This is not a gallery where I'm trying to sell anything, so maybe I could remove that photo from here. All right, sorry guys, I had to mute for a second and cough. I didn't want to blow your eardrums out coughing. Okay, some just gorgeous photos though. I'm assuming we're going to run into the same thing on the bottom with no captions or no categories and keywords. So let's take a look at your architecture, and then we'll get over into your travel and landscape because I really want to see some of those beautiful photos of Dublin. Look at these photos, you guys. Look at that. Wow. Wow, that's just amazing. Just some absolutely beautiful photos. I mean, some of these would work really well as prints as well. So I know right now on the I'm about to cough again, you guys, so I'm gonna have to mute. Hold on. Okay. Hopefully I can keep it together for 3 minutes. So one of the things that you might think about is upgrading, because when you upgrade, you're going to get the benefit of having Zenfolio selling features. And some of these photos, I'm telling you, these photos will make beautiful, beautiful wall art. And you could have these available for purchase right in the gallery. Again, if this is a portfolio, there are a lot of photos in here, so maybe cherry picking it down. How you do that, I don't really know. These are all just beautiful photos, but something to think about. Let's go visit Ireland. All right. Wow. Wow, you guys. All right. So who's ready for a trip to Ireland? Just raise your hand in chat. Put a thumbs up in chat if you're ready for a trip to Ireland, because I'm ready for a trip to Ireland now. Some absolutely just beautiful, beautiful photos. Look at this, you guys. Just phenomenal. I'm just blown away by these photos. Again, there's a lot of photos in here. All right. Oh, look at that. Full double rainbow. Full double rainbow right there. That is amazing. Just amazing. Again, there are a lot of photos in here. Maybe this is where you might think about breaking these up in even smaller sections, smaller categories a little bit. Seascapes, landscapes, different things like that, nature photos. So just different categories where you could make these galleries a little bit more condensed and easier to digest and not have a lot of scrolling. Look at that right there. My gosh, that's beautiful. Again, I really want to see some categories and keywords here. I really want to see some more SEO stuff, right? Images, you can have titles, you can have categories, captions, and keywords on your images as well. So that's something that you want to think about, making sure that that stuff shows so that this starts surfacing. And then again, if you upgrade, you can start selling these photos right here online as well. So that is amazing. That the photos are just amazing, but that's something to think about. All right, a minute left. Let's take a look at your about, and let's see if we can get to the contact page as well. Okay, really cool about photo. Love it. You've got some really cool stuff. Oh, Airbnb. Have you guys done the Airbnb virtual experiences yet? If you have not done the Airbnb virtual experience yet and you're still quarantining or staying at home, check out the Airbnb virtual experiences. They're amazing. And Neil, if you're doing an Airbnb virtual experience, if you're hosting one, I want to go. So that's really cool. This is a really cool page, though. You've done a great job. You have a really cool about photo. Definitely matches your style, your images, and you have a lot of good information in here. Let's go see that built-in contact page really quick before we run out of time. Clicking on that contact page. Built-in contact page. Works really well, super simple, makes it easy for people to visit, and you've got all of your social media on here. So guys, if you are on social media, all of his links are on there. I'm probably gonna go give these guys a follow on Instagram. Really cool stuff. All right, 4 minutes left. Thank you so much, Neil, for hanging out with us today. Thank you for submitting your site. Some absolutely beautiful photos there. Again, I would love to see some more SEO work. I would love to also see some cherry picking going on in that gallery. Are those galleries thinking about, okay, how can I condense these down and really make sure that it only shows the best of the best? But just some absolutely beautiful photos. Fantastic job. Really, really nicely done. All right, you guys, we got like 3 minutes left. Let me catch up on some of you guys in chat here really quick. Let's see who else hanging out with us today. Victor Coates, M. English, Michael English, is that Michael English? M. English says, nobody goes full double of rainbow. That had me cracking up. Katie says, these are gorgeous photos. Absolutely. You guys, the photos, everybody's photos, every single site that I saw today is just a testament to the talent that is out there. You guys are amazing photographers. That is why I love doing Site Review Tuesday. I'm a photographer as well, you guys, and I love looking at all of these different photos. I love looking at the different styles. It's like taking a virtual trip to different places and seeing people's creative processes and thoughts and how they're taking images and capturing them differently and editing them differently. That's why I love doing this on a personal level, and I just love helping you guys as well. So absolutely beautiful stuff. Let's see. We got anybody going on in chat? Let's see. Got like 2 minutes left. See if there are any questions that I could answer in like 2 minutes. Probably not, but I'll take a look really quick. I don't think I have any questions I'm going to answer. I'm going to jump off here a little early, guys, because my throat is trying to itch up again. But hey, I do want to say thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Everybody who submitted sites, thank you so much. If your site didn't get reviewed, I promise it wasn't personal. Come back next Tuesday and submit it again. It also goes in that backlog. So every week, we review 3 websites. 2 of them come from the backlog, and then that last site comes from the live chat audience. So if your site was submitted but it didn't get picked, it goes into the backlog, so there's a chance that it could get chosen next week, or you can always come back and resubmit it then. Again, thank you guys to everybody who hung out with me today. M. English, let's see, Victor Coates, Neil Arthurs, Lynn, thank you for jumping back on here and hanging out with me. Jennifer, Home Phone, Katie, let's see, I want to make sure I don't miss anybody's name. Michael Lewis, let's see, I want to make sure. Mr. 256 Stan, that's a cool, is it Mr.? It is Mr. 256 Stan, that's a pretty cool name. Madhur Beranath, did I say it right? Probably not, but I'll take your criticism on my pronunciation. Deborah Stevenson, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. Hey, you guys, don't forget, not tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to do Zenfolio Live. So Thursday, same time, same place, Zenfolio Live. This week, we're going to be talking about how you can create your own coupon codes. I'm actually going to show you 3 different coupon codes that you can create in your account to help boost your sales. So if you've never played around with coupon codes at all, you're interested, maybe you're interested in how can you set up your own marketing plan and marketing schedule and all of that, this Thursday would be a great live stream for you to catch. We're going to go into the coupon codes. I'm going to show you how to use it. We're going to go from start to finish, setting up 3 different coupon codes. So it's going to be a great live stream to check out. And hey, as I say every week, make sure that we're doing good things. Make sure that we are helping people, that we're encouraging other people, that we're reaching out, that we're talking to people, that we're encouraging other people, that we're trying to understand each other, to come together as human beings and to love one another. Let's make sure that as photographers that we are showing the side of humanity that we want to see. All right? Make sure that we love each other more and that we come together and try to understand each other more. Until Thursday, you guys have a safe week. I'll see you guys again then. And my end button is not working. Nice. So I will just click the end button this way. Have a good one, you guys.